Do you want to know the one brand that I will never give my time, money, or energy to again? Lean in. It's Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm Kira Wackett. Thanks for joining me for another video as we work to empower and equip you with the confidence and skills to write your own story so that you can live your life on purpose. Today we're talking about the good old brand of conformity. You know, that idea parading around, pretending to secure belonging and forcing you into a corner, feeling like your only hope for connection is to be like everyone else. Oh, but be better. Over the years, and the more I dive into the process of purpose-driven living, the more I realize how deeply rooted the drive to conform really is. See, conformity is a brand. It's a lifestyle sold to us from the time that we're born. We pursue identities that seem safe and acceptable. We want to be like everyone else so that we don't stand out, as our brain has become conditioned to assume that standing out equals being othered. And unfortunately, connection and belonging are necessary for our survival. This pressure creates tension, leaving us in a bind between being our true selves and blending into the world around us, striving for connection and belonging and believing this to be the only way to achieve it. So why does being like everyone else seem to be the best way to connect? Well, conformity breeds singularity, which mitigates ambiguity. Our brains are programmed to reduce or avoid ambiguity at all costs. The unknown activates our fear response and is thus a potential threat. Therefore, conformity has become a conditioned pattern to minimize threats. The thing is, it's our uniqueness that creates joy, inspires change, and allows our world's impact, progress, and power to thrive. We're all valuable and have inherent worth and beauty for being exactly who we are. Several years ago, I attended a talk that dared the audience to escape the cult of the average and resist the comfort in blending in, losing ourselves to groupthink and agreeableness. Escaping the cult of the average comes at a price. The average is safe. So we must dare to take that step out of our zone of predictable crappiness and allow the possibility that what we fear might happen, and it isn't certain. We have to recognize that we have the skills and resources to address it if and when it does. So how can we begin this journey? The first phase of the work is in identifying and building insight around the pain and its origins. Start by asking yourself, what role has fitting in played in your life? How has it served you, good, bad, or neutral? So for example, learning to conform was a survival adaptation skill. By the time I was 18, I had moved 9 times, some of those with different families, and was constantly trying to find a new friend group, blend into the household norms, and establish myself in school. Knowing how to blend in was one of the easiest ways to stop feeling like an outsider. Second, often having aspects of our identities that stick out, such as having a minority identity, can lead to a more tremendous pressure to fit in or conform. So for example, I came from a single-parent household with a mom who was incarcerated and had substance use and mental health issues. I had friends who were the only people of color in their schools or celebrated holidays or held belief systems that those around them didn't. Has that been something that you faced? If so, what impact did it have on your drive to conform? Now, consider that idea of a performance self. How have you conditioned your outside self to become the version of least resistance? What discrepancies exist between the real you and the performance self? And finally, what holds you back from being your true self? Now answer this. I'm scared to be the real me because the real me blank. And I fear if you knew blank, you would blank. For me, it was that I'm an introvert who also happens to have a job and personality where I give so much of myself to others. It can be incredibly draining and often I don't have the capacity for phone calls or get togethers like others because I need that time for myself. I worried that if people sometimes knew I just needed my own space or didn't want to hang out or talk, they might assume that I didn't care about them and or replace me with other people, better people. Now ask yourself, how could my life be different? Perhaps more free if I let people see that part of me? What's the worst that would happen? And what's one way you're holding yourself back in your life right now? Maybe it's not dyeing your hair or wearing that funky outfit you want. Perhaps it's avoiding sharing your own opinions or ideas with friends or coworkers. As you go through all this, I want you to really sit with the question, what would it look like to get out of your own way and go and do or share that? Look, I'm not saying that we can go from 0 to 100 immediately, but what would it look like to let yourself be 1% more authentic and just share a bit more of the true you with the world? Now go do it. Be sure to let us know in the comments what comes up for you and share other ideas and resources you have that can take us even deeper in our journey to living our lives on purpose. Check out the show notes for links to other resources on breaking out of a shame-driven culture and shifting to a values-driven life. And if you haven't joined the AR Insider yet, be sure to click a link in the notes and get yourself on the list to get exclusive content and discounts I don't share anywhere else and stay in the know on all of the new content and projects I'm working on. If you like what you're hearing, give me a big old thumbs up and share the video with someone else who could benefit from hearing it. And if you want to stay in the know on all of the content that I'm producing on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Remember, you have the right to author your own story. So let's go get that pen back. See you next time.